Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson Podcast, a special Friday edition at no extra cost. And to mark the occasion, a celebratory poem has flooded in. A man writes a poem and it's dedicated to you. Do you want me to read it?
All right, no problem.
Not really.
You sense there may be something wounding in this.
Well, if you want to read it, it's obvious, isn't it? I'm not stupid.
No, don't be so defensive. This is called The Night Walker. Who is that man with staff in hand, walking all alone? Children whisper, "Bad, bad man," from the comfort of their homes. Why does he stare with fearsome glare at an old and rusty gate? Why does he walk alone at night, so late, so very late? Under a gibbous moon, this thing, this loon, this creature of the night strides on like a man possessed, spreading fear and fright. O man in black, turn back, before it is too late. Fall down on your knees and pray, don't stare at that old gate. By the graveyard wall where shadows fall, the dead cry, "Man, atone!" From dead black eyes they visualize the man who walks alone. O ancient walker, O graveyard stalker, why do you shun the day? If you're undead, just nod your head, the creature will not say. By a lonely stream he lets a scream, a wail, a moan, a cry. One eyebrow hides his dead dark eyes. The thing breaks down in sighs. It's all right so far.
It's not too bad.
Why, where am I heading? Stall the wedding! I should be in my bed. Thoughts of Jerry Anderson are forever in my head. He's ruined my life. Just ask my wife. I'm gaunt, I'm thin. But come the dawn, I swear Sean will hand his notice in. He's saying there's a man who's waiting for you to leave. I can take no more. Shut that door. Look at the buccaneer. That's all he ever says to me, with a nasty kind of sneer. Sean is moving on. Tinker, soldier, tailor. The wild blue sea is calling me. I want to be a little sailor. Next morn, so all forgone. Jerry cries, "Where is Sean?" The girls reply, with a tear in their eye, "Little sailor's gone."
That's not bad.
I think it's all right. It's not as insulting as I like.
No.
I usually demand that things be far more insulting. A question arises. Can Northern Ireland people express surprise and delight in a believable manner? Can we say gosh, golly, crikey? The presenter has long harboured some doubts.
When was your last wow?
What? Would you like to rephrase that?
Yes, no, I think it's all right. When was your
When was the last
last...
time I said wow? You see, people from Northern Ireland can't say wow. Because they have to, because it comes out why.
No. Wow.
No, but
I
you have to make a
say
special-
it with a wow.
No, but you see, the point is, people in Northern Ireland can't say, how do you pronounce H-O-W?
How?
He said that's not right. It's how.
Oh, that's because you're Radio 4
No, no,
training.
no,
Yes,
no,
it
no,
is.
no. No,
It's
because
your
you-
Radio 4
No, you
training.
said hi.
Ask me to say it again.
Say how.
How?
How. Well, say W-O-W.
Whoa, whoa.
You see, it's wrong.
Yeah, wow.
You see, you can't say why. Because you're starting to get why.
No, but if you say it the way it's written, but if you say wow, I would say wow.
No, but you can't say wow because it comes out unnaturally from another person's mouth.
Well, you say wow.
Wow. You see, it's no good because you have to make an effort to say wow. Because if you were saying the way you wanted to say it, you'd say why.
Well, Emma's from Donegal. Get her to say.
Emma, will you say wow?
Why?
That's awful. It's an awful wow. That was a terrible
Why?
Why? That was terrible wow. There was no oomph in that at
Oh,
all.
for God's
That was
sake.
so flat.
And there was me used to fancy her.
Oh,
I've
dear.
gone off her now completely.
Why?
As soon as they open their mouth.
That was a terrible
They're lovely, but
wow.
see, as soon as they open their mouth. Anyway, you can't say wow. People from London can't say wow. See, that's what was wrong with President Mary McAleese. She went, wow.
I
And they
didn't.
went, no.
I didn't like her.
Vocal.
I didn't like her saying. I didn't. She
No. She rehearsed it at
Even
night.
if she had to turn around and says, "Jeepers." No, Jeepers
or
would have
something
been.
like that.
Jeepers would. Jeepers.
Jesus, boys.
No, she wouldn't say that.
Jesus, boys, a wee woman speaking Irish.
Do we say Jeepers then? No.
What?
Jeepers.
Just listen to your woman speaking Irish. Oh, God, Jesus, that's great. Wow. If he can't do wow, how is the presenter to convey his astonishment at all the wonderful achievements of the good people of Ulster? Coilus Interruptus has a theory. A sharp intake of breath? But I'm sorry about that.
No, nothing wrong with it.
I
But
know,
you
I-
do that.
I know, but what's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with it. But
See how defensive I'm getting?
no, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, why are you bringing it to people's attention to be listening to me going... On your show today, I heard you and Sean talking about artificial insemination, says another man. It reminded me, this is a variation of the other joke. It reminded me, this is for the people who have not heard the joke properly. It reminded me of an earlier time in Donegal when this had just started, the artificial insemination. A neighbour woman, that's what they call people in Donegal, there's a neighbour woman there. I was talking to a neighbour woman the other day.
She's
a neighbour woman there.
Just explain this to me again before you move on. A neighbour woman is a friend.
Yeah, but not a relative.
But not a relative.
A neighbour woman is the person who lives beside you who is not related to you.
Right, a neighbour, yeah.
Friend and a neighbour friend.
So a friend is family.
A friend is family. Yeah. A neighbour friend is a person who lives beside you but is also related to you.
Yeah.
A neighbour woman is a person who lives beside you but is not related to you.
Yeah,
okay,
a cousin,
all that?
cousin once or twice removed.
No, well, that's not go as... Well, it could go... It's a long line that goes down to second cousins, third cousins.
That's what I mean. That's once removed, twice removed.
I don't understand all that stuff. Anyway, a neighbour woman had a lone cow, which she got...
Well, say it again.
A neighbour woman had a lone cow.
You see? You didn't say cow the first time. You were very polite the first time. No, you didn't mean to say it. No, go on, say it again.
My natural inclination to say cow.
Go on, but you say it. It's a different... Go on, say cow.
Cow.
Say it again.
Cow.
No, say it again the way you said it the first time.
Cow.
No, you didn't say cow.
Cow.
No, you didn't say cow.
That's what I say, cow.
No, you didn't.
What did I say?
You cow.
Cow.
You drive...
A neighbour woman had a lone cow.
No.
Which she got bulled once a year at a nearby farm. She just walked the cow to the bull's farm and the job was done fairly swiftly. Well, we all know what that's like. Well, one day she arrived with Nellie, only to be told that the bull had gone. The farmer told her it's now the bull with the hard hat. That's what they call the AA men.
Is it?
Yeah, because they wear bowler hats. At that time. I'll arrange for him to call with you tomorrow, have Nellie tied up in the bar, and when he arrives, he'll need a basin of hot water and a towel to wash himself when he finishes. As I say, this is a variation on the old joke. But many people may not have heard this. The artificial intelligence man arrived the next morning, and the woman took him to the bar and showed him Nellie. She then got a basin of hot water and a towel. The artificial intelligence man said, or should I say the artificial insemination man said, told the lady that he was all right now and she could go. You see, in those days, Jerry, it was still not nice to see this kind of thing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She left and he was just about to begin when she put her head round the door and said, the towel's on a nail there and there's another nail there for your trousers.
There's a coffee in one. That's dreadful.
News reaching the show that the Olympics are to be held in London this year. The presenter, of course, has unlimited access to all events, although some listeners are not sufficiently grateful. The other day I noticed that a man was complaining about his Olympic tickets being transferred willy-nilly from track events to the ladies' synchronised swimming
I want to
meets.
ask you something about that.
Can you hear me talking here?
That's not, but it's something that I feel strongly about. I want to ask you, how do you feel about synchronised swimming?
I love it.
I can't understand how it's an Olympic sport.
I understand why.
No, to me, that's one of the reasons I'm not going to watch the Olympic Games.
You're talking to a man who was in Santa Monica a month ago, who went for a walk in Santa Monica Beach on a cold November day, which was here. But there, it was 72 degrees. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. All the bums were getting out of bed. The sea was shimmering. The sun was coming over Santa Monica Pier. The sand was white. The pelicans had taken flight. And the world was stirring. And I walked along the towpath where all the little girls go along on their skateboards. And it was 8 o'clock in the morning, and I said, all is right with the world. And I had $5 in my pocket, and my hair was in the breeze. And I looked across the sands, and I saw what looked to me to be a kind of a tennis court. And there were people playing a game in the distance. So I said to myself, I'll go over and see what this is. And I walked over and looked, and there were 10 girls playing beach volleyball. I was there for 3 hours. It's the greatest game in the world.
Yes, it's
and so is synchronised swimming.
No, it's not.
Synchronised
Yes,
swimming.
No,
you're looking at them with the wrong eyes.
I'm not watching the Olympic Games because of it.
You should just watch ladies synchronised swimming to watch nothing else. There's no need to watch anything. You don't want to watch people running.
How can you get a gold medal for sticking your leg up out of the water?
I'd give her more than that. The Olympic tickets are being transferred from track events to the ladies' synchronised swimming heats. That poor man will be forced to witness a crowd of lovely girls with Kylie Minogue bottoms upside down in a swimming pool. How dare he complain about it?
Maureen wants you.
But now I'm stuck with tickets to the ladies' beach volleyball. I mean, what sort of weirdo would want to see that? I shouldn't be writing to my MLA. Roy Walker is in Belfast today. 2 shows in the Black Box. By the time you hear this, he will have done them and gone. But his physical presence is not needed, not when both the presenter and Mr. Coyle channel him at will.
I played golf with Roy several times. He's quite a good golfer. And he said to me one time, he said, I was in the bunker, and I played this bunker shot. And he said, I'm going to give you a little tip. He says, why don't you play it from your front foot? And he got in the bunker beside me. And he took me sand iron, and he whacked me ball right out of the bunker. He's a great player, you know, Roy. He's a lovely player. I would like to talk to him again. I miss Roy. I really do miss him. Could you get him on, please?
The funniest thing ever, Roy, of course, is a good friend of yours, and I've spoken to him quite often. But the funniest encounter I ever had with him was I met him one time in a hotel in Belfast, and he was doing something, and I was sitting talking to him. And I was talking to him quite seriously. The thing about Roy is you don't know when he's been serious or not, because he says things, and even if he says something quite serious, it sounds funny. And you have to watch yourself in case you laugh at the wrong time. And he was, this wasn't the case of that, but you have to watch yourself with Roy because he'll say something.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, go on, it's all right.
You see, I'm the same as you. Whenever, say something serious. But say something serious. I broke my leg this morning.
Jerry, did you hear what happened to me this morning?
What happened to you?
Well, I fell down the stairs and broke my leg. You see, that's right. What do you say to Roy Walker?
That's terrible, Roy.
Yeah.
No, he said to me,
broke it in 3 places. What do you say to him?
Well, I was talking to him, and I was talking to him seriously, and he was, it's no secret that he was very upset when Catchphrase stopped because he was treated badly, apparently. They kept offering him less and less money because they wanted some younger guy. You know the usual thing on TV.
Yeah.
But, he was quite upset. It upset him because he knew it was a really popular programme. And, when you get rid of a popular programme, it upsets you if you're the presenter because you're doing what people want and then you're not allowed to do it. Well, it's made impossible for you to do it, so he had to leave. And he said, it'll never escape me. And I said, what do you mean? He said, no matter where I go, he said, somebody will always come up and put my hand on the shoulder and saying, I really miss you in Catchphrase. I don't like the guy that's doing it now. That's the time it's probably dropped now. But do you remember that time, about a year after, there was a young guy doing it. He was no good, remember? Mm-hmm. And he says, they always still have to come up and say, I really miss you in Catchphrase. I don't like the fellas doing it now. And at that exact moment, a woman came up, put her hand on his shoulder and says, Roy, I really miss you in Catchphrase. See that fella's doing it now? He's no good. And Roy turned around and he said, see what I mean?
There's a call for you.
But he's very funny. And he's such a nice guy. We don't say that lightly. No. Because on this programme, if we don't like people, we say we don't like them. But Roy Walker is just a gentleman, and he's very funny.
He's different. He is so different. Yes.
But he was married to a relative of yours.
No, my wife. That's my wife's side. Yes,
his wife
Jean.
See, people don't know that.
Yes, that's right.
Was your wife's?
No, my wife's brother.
Yeah.
And Roy were married to 2 sisters. That's what it is. That's the connection.
So you knew him a long time then.
Oh, no.
I mean, you're one of his in-laws, basically.
No, not really.
Yeah, of course.
No,
I mean, when he used to come here, when he was married, his wife, of course, tragically died. Yeah. But he would visit here quite often, didn't he?
Yeah, well, we played golf a couple of times.
But his wife was from Derry.
Yes, his wife from Derry.
And you played golf with him a couple of times.
Yeah, I remember one night here we were out playing golf, and then we went out for a drink at night, and we went to a bar. I said, where we go? I said, well, there's a nice wee bar down here or something, you know what I mean? And we were sitting having a drink, the 4 of us, you see. And then this guy spotted him. And this is what you can see why Roy said to me before, and I said, will it be all right? And I said, yeah, no problem at all. Nice bar, but a wee band on playing. He said, right, let's go for a wee jar.
Will it be all right? You didn't know what he meant.
Exactly. And then the guy that they all dread spotted him.
Oh, the guy with the jokes?
The guy spotted him. Up he comes, and this guy knew me, and he says, Roy Walker. And Roy says, how you doing? It's all right. And I said, Roy. Jeepers, Roy, gritty, you know what I mean? About you. Hey, Roy, do you hear the one about, and Roy says, yeah, I heard that. Yeah, that's a good joke, all right, and he's looking at me. And then the guy said to me, he says, will you do a wee turn? And Roy says, well, not really. You know, I'm just out for a few drinks here. You know, just I'd be happier sitting here listening to the band. I don't really want to go up. You know, is it all right? And the guy says, what, Roy, what up? He says, no, look, I really don't want to go up. Can you just out with the wife and come having a wee drink here? Aye, Roy, you'll do something. What up? A couple of jokes, Roy. Here, tell him this one, Roy. And then he started to tell Roy jokes for Roy. Roy said, no, look. So they get out of it. He said, I'll tell you what. I'll not do a turn. I'll not tell any jokes. But if the band really want, I'll go up and sing a couple of songs or sing a song. And if they get out of the situation, Roy had to go up and sing.
I see, that's what's
you know. And then he came down and he said to me, can we go anywhere else? And we ended up playing snooker.
Nobody ever says to you, will you put that 8 for us? You put that black for us?
You know.
Thank you for listening. Back on Monday, so I will be.